Why do I hear myself? No. Hello. Welcome. Are you there? I hope you're there. Any early birds that we might have? Anyone who got the memo about the schedule, you would know. Today's the day. We return. Starting off, leftovers. Gonna try to get through as many of these as I can. Leftovers from episode 100. Rusins123. Hey, played this game with Congregate a while ago and loved it back then. With the last video of Quill 18, I got the itch back to play it and I downloaded from Steam and still love it. Awesome. Glad to have you with us again. Deccan Creates. For someone who's new, what's a time gate and how's it work? Time gate is a function of the game that allows you to essentially replay an event from the past for a 3-day period. It allows you to unlock a character and gear them up with chests for them using free-to-play currency. Ghostly Astronomer. By the way, is there a way to reliably get Electrum or other chests to get equipment for the event characters besides repeating time gates? I mean, Electrums? Yeah, watch the shows and you'll get codes. Onyx Squared. Question Mars, is there a smart minimum number of gold chests to shoot for each champion in an event? As many as you possibly can, honestly. Jamie Unyielding question, I've always had issues understanding the core loop of the game. As I see it, you push to a new wall, yep. Switch to gold find for a while, yep. Then rinse and repeat, yep. But wouldn't a gold find team be unable to kill enemies without a Zaka at the high watermark? That's correct. Yes. That is correct, which is why it's essential to have a Zaka, honestly. Yeah. Under normal play, you get to a point where you're not really getting any more rewards. Like, you're not getting any more favor for a regular push and then regular, like, gold farming, which is when conversion really comes into play, event and time gate conversion. But Azaka makes that whole process much better. Glendening, as I started to read the info on Human, I was like, no, this isn't, is it? Then it hit me what they are, and I just died. I'm still giggling at them. They are a wonderful character, the best human. I'm glad you think so. They are a delight, honestly. Too many skins, though. Need to share with others. Carillion 1. What changes for a time gate when you open it a second time? Second time, like, in a row? Like, if you've done no time gate in between them, then the goalposts for getting your rewards will be higher. Otherwise, nothing. You might have a different event variant to play for that time gate's third adventure. Grail Shape, the important question, do you still have the t-shirt, the Idle Champions t-shirt? Yes, I do. I'm wearing it today. The same shirt I wore during the very first episode of streaming Idle Champions, even before it was called Mars Cunningham. Nakazen, just started playing yesterday after Quill 18 showcased the game. Hooked ever since, started playing on my tablet, but I'm now wanting to jump over to playing on the PC. Is there a way to transfer the accounts? Awesome! Welcome! Glad to have you. Yeah, Quill 18 definitely, like, sent some people our way, which is cool. Shout out to Quill 18. Respect. No, there is not a way to transfer accounts. Sad. I know. I would love to do it, too. Can't do it. Okay, so that's as many as I could get through, which was like half of them. We had so many leftovers because episode 100 was like hype as heck. I need a second on my end for production purposes. Hang on, folks. Just a moment. I made a promise to someone and I almost failed to uphold it. But we are fixed. All is well. Alright. And... I know. Little rusty. Getting back into it in the new year. Oh yes, and I didn't welcome people in by name. Hello, Star Chaser, Timnos, Ygrex, Noxanguis, Trontonian, Niscus, Foolish Genius. Welcome, all of you. Thanks for being early birds. Alright, let's do the thing. Hopefully this is working. Greetings, champions, and welcome to Mars Guiding Hand. I am Mars, and this is Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a free-to-play, officially licensed Dungeons & Dragons formation strategy management video game from Codename Entertainment. On this show, we take a look at the latest content, discuss strategies, and answer any questions that you may have about the game. So get cozy, grab a drink, or whatever you may, and join me for a little while as we take a deeper look at all things Idle Champions. Today is Wednesday, January 5th, 2022. Finally get to say that. And yeah, today's episode, we're going to be talking about, I feel like the onus is on me to play catch-up from what all went on during holiday break, i.e. Winter Shield Year 5. You'll see I'm still in a Viconia free play, so I can get that ball rolling. Why is the 2021 date? Oh, thank you! Thank you for pointing that out. How dare you, Overlay? How dare you be off by one digit? Corrected. Thankfully, it's easy to fix that. Thank you, Sasuke Boy, for pointing that out. Alright, so, how you doing, y'all? Today's tea, by the way, is the very first question. Something that I discussed with people over on my personal Discord. I've got my own Discord server, and people that like me hang out there. It was agreed, English breakfast tea as our welcome back tea. So cheers to all of you, and to everyone really, in general. It still needs to steep. This is just hot water right now. But I needed to do a customary sip as a welcoming gesture. Alright, and I like my tea to be very steeped, very. So also, it's decaf, so you're not gonna get, like, high-impact Mars today, but maybe this afternoon you will. Demogorgon with a baleful gaze will devour the world. So, last time we were here, it was episode 100, and that was cool. We had ourselves a good time. We had basically a party. It was a lot of fun. And gosh, I mean, I was in costume. We watched like a clip montage from the past 100 episodes, like just cool moments, and tried to answer a lot of questions, but oh my god, there were so many. We got like twice as many questions as I normally get, which is really exciting. But out with the old, right? And in with the new. That was last year. It's so out of date, it's so uncool and out of fashion. Now we're in 2022. So the first thing I'm going to do is set up like an actual pushing formation here. Yeah. Let's take Potpourri, Neutral, Tail Feather, Show Must Go On, Stormcaller, oh yeah, Shield Guardian, Sturdy Mirrors, Half-Bloods. Okay, and now I'm going to take Briv out of here so he doesn't waste his jumps. Yeah, I was so tickled by the fact that episode 100 ended the year, so that going into 2022, we start on 101. That feels so good. I love that. It's almost like a clean slate, fresh start. Yeah. Alright. Who would I want to put in here instead of Briv? For now, it can be Human, just so that we're still going faster. This also gives me a chance to actually talk about Viconia, though. Because, look, I get it, right? So, Winter Shield Year 5. Last month. That's over, right? That's done. And so Viconia is done. But it would be remiss of me, since I'm the guy that does that. Like, I cover, like, here's the new champion, here's what they're all about, blah, blah, blah. I've got to at least do this for my own, like, mental health, like, the ritual sake. I go through every champion release, so we're gonna go through Viconia, even if she's old news now. This is for me. And for anyone who may have missed the memo about Viconia's release. And this is so nice. I love seeing all the people saying Happy New Year's in chat. This is awesome. Thank you. Oh, Timno says, by the way, thank you for updating the visual aids. It's very good to have a link to people. Yeah, absolutely. So, those of you who don't know, !ICVA, that's short for Idle Champions Visual Aids. That'll get you a link to all the visual aids that I make for the community. I put out a new version for them, like the latest update is for December, up through Viconia, so it is current. There are a couple of errors on it, I believe people have pointed out. One of which I corrected immediately, which was Beetle and Grimm qualifying for all patrons and thus for freelance category on the patrons visual aid, but others which will need to be updated at a later time. But for the most part, it's like 99% accurate. There's a lot of information in this game, y'all, and mistakes are going to happen. And it's not as easy to fix them in my visual aids as it would be for a text guide. Because I counted, it's over 500 layers in my image editing program. It's nearly 1,000 layers in my image editing program to make those visual aids, to the Champions visual aids specifically, so forgive me. It's a lot to juggle. That's why it takes me so long to put them out. Hello, Jamick. Good to see you. Long time no see indeed. It's really nice seeing all the Happy New Years. Alright, let's go through Viconia. Just a moment. How have you found Viconia, by the way, chat? I know I saw Silesa's evaluation, and I saw, like, the Discord's general reaction to Viconia, and she seems kind of, it seems like the community feels kind of okay about Viconia in general. But, if you have any personal opinions, I want to hear about them. Doing something on the producer side. Alright. Timno says she's niche utility at best. Rusin says meh. Edlad says, haven't used Viconia yet. During the holidays, very much AFK. Me too. Like, half the holidays I was completely away from my computer. I was 600 miles away. So I just straight up, I just couldn't play it. I will mention that on my new account, my Epic Game account, whatever we're actually calling that, I forgot. Casual. I think we'll just call it casual. On my casual Epic account, I managed to unlock all of the characters, but I don't think I beat any of their variants or even did any of their free plays. Yeah. Star Chaser says, personally loving Viconia with Yorvin and Whittle. Really? Really? With Yorvin and Whittle specifically? That's interesting. I might have to play around with that. Timno says she has a team-wide heal, which is good for extreme heat-style variants that are animated and does use for farming kills for Torgar, but she doesn't make the cut for my pushing formations. Hey, in my opinion, as long as the champion has at least a niche use, then it's good. Even Rosie has a niche use of being, like, deflecting Gazer eye rays. I hate those things. Yeah. Anyway, Viconia. Female. Drow, cleric, age 270. Neutral evil alignment, healing and support champion, a member of the Heroes of Baldur's Gate, which, if you didn't get the memo about this, has been expanded. It's no longer just Minsk and Krydal and Neris and Delina and Shandy. It is now also Baloth, Jaheira, and Viconia. They have been added to the list of the Heroes of Baldur's Gate. So it's a wider affiliation, which is good for Viconia specifically because of one of her things. But we'll get to that. So Viconia is a slot 5 healing and support character. 10 strength, 19 dexterity, 8 constitution, 16 intelligence, 18 wisdom, 14 charisma, neutral evil. So I believe that's 3 out of 4 patrons. I believe that's everyone except Vajra. And unless we're going to get a +6 constitution feat, Viconia is never going to be used for Vajra. So don't even think about it. It's not happening. +6 constitution is ridiculous. Alright. So her base attack is Sling, which is a ranged attack, which is interesting. Like, I would not have expected that. When I think of a Drow cleric, a necromancer, because she's a necromancer, if you didn't know, I do not think of a sling attack. I would have thought of, rain, like magic missile, I don't know, something, some kind of magic. So, interesting that they went with sling, because I wasn't expecting it. That's cool. Viconia Devere is a devout cleric of Shar, the goddess of darkness and loss. Viconia was cast out of Menzoberranzan and House Devere after refusing to sacrifice a child to the spider goddess Lolth. Don't mistake her for a champion of good, however. Viconia has lived a dangerous and difficult life, and she joins the champions at the behest of 2 old friends, Baloth and Minsk. She may not approve of how the champions work, but she's here and ready to assist, so long as the quest and the payout pleases her. Does anyone know anyone who may have enjoyed the old school Baldur's Gate game from which she hails? Did she actually use a sling as her attack method? I'm sure it was something like maybe you could change by just equipping a different weapon or something, but like, was that one of her weapon options or some such? I never played the original, but that is to say, I did play about an hour and didn't love it. Please don't crucify me. The problem for me is that I never played OG Baldur's Gate back when it was new. So when I finally got a copy of it and I went to play it, I didn't have the nostalgia goggles to help me appreciate and love it. It felt dated to me, which is sad. Like, I don't hate video games. It's not something I do. If anything, I just get sad that I'm unable to enjoy it like I know other people enjoy it. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Like, I would like to be able to have that same feeling that others do playing the original Baldur's Gate, but I'm just exempt. I do love Baldur's Gate 3, though. It's extremely good, and I'm very much looking forward to the release. Right, so let's take a look at our abilities. Level 10, starting off, Cleric of Shar. Increase the damage of evil champions. What's up, evil DPS formations? And Heroes of Baldur's Gate champions by 711.8% for me currently. Which, interesting to note, what champions are, like, DPS champions in the Heroes of Baldur's Gate formation. You don't have a lot of options. Minsk, definitely. Delina? Is this finally the solution to Delina DPS? No, it is not. But maybe one day. We get little breadcrumbs. They feed us little breadcrumbs. Eventually, Delina DPS will be top dog. One day. And then, yeah, you might be able to work Jaheira or Krydal. But I think Minsk is probably the big winner here. Minsk is a good DPS. Not the best, but definitely a very good one. And one of the best when you are a brand new player. Alright, moving down to Cure Medium Wounds, level 40. Heals allies that are under 50% health for health per second, for me currently 30.2 per second, for 5 seconds. Okay, this is interesting, because I believe this is the only healing effect which only triggers once you are at a certain health threshold. I would like to see more of that. I think that's very interesting. It sets a precedent. Like, maybe we could have other healers doing the same thing. for one thing, it's less visual clutter on the screen. When you've got Celeste on the screen, right, or say, or Kira right now, there's all these green numbers just like boosh, 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 constantly pulsing over the top of everyone's heads. It's a little distracting when there's so much else going on the screen, and I have heard from a lot of people that idle champions can be very visually overstimulating. So, Cure Medium Wounds only triggers when someone is under a certain threshold, 50% health. I like that. Because one, it comes into play only when it's actually necessary. And two, it's just less visual clutter that way. There is a downside to this, which is that if you get to the point where your tank is being one-shot, then this is doing literally nothing for you. Because if they're going to go from 100% to 0%, or even two-shot for that matter, like if they're going from 100% to 1%, she's not going to be able to heal them back to back to 100% before they get hit again and then die. So I can see where this is going to be problematic when you're doing certain types of pushes. Like if you've got knockbacks and stuns galore so that nothing's even hitting your tank line, then of course that's not a problem. But also at that point, it still defeats the whole purpose of using the Cure Medium Wounds, because if no one's getting hit, then no one's getting healed. Animate Dead. This is the exciting one for me. When I first saw this, I thought this was so interesting. We finally have an honest-to-God's necromancer in the game. When a non-boss enemy is killed, there is a % chance that Viconia will seize control of its lifeless body and turn it against its former allies for 10 seconds, stopping their movement. While it's reanimated, it deals % of your Bud, your base ultimate damage, to nearby enemies each second. Okay, so I think for long-time players who are deep into the game, while this is very cool, I don't think this is going to be super helpful. Because for me currently, this is 30.2% of my Bud to nearby enemies each second. But if you've been playing for years, then you are likely going to have thousands of Fire Breath potions. And even a small potion of Fire Breath is going to add a lot more to your click damage than these Animate Dead zombies will do. However, if you're a new player, because none of this is ever in a vacuum, right? None of this is ever in a vacuum. Everyone's experience is different. And if you're a new player, like I am on my Epic account, then effectively, Viconia gives you diet small Fire Breath potions for free. And that is very good. Because there's so many times when you're a newer player and you're like, oh, I'm like 5 stages from my goal. If only I had a Fire Breath potion to finish this out with. Viconia Devere. Hey. Oh yeah, I can't believe I haven't mentioned this yet. With me today, assisting me in the mod seat, it's not Martin. It's not Jay. It's Trevor. It's Trevor! How cool is this? I've modded for Trevor's shows multiple times. Now Trevor's modding for me? What? It's a circle of love and support. We are co-workers after all. Basically, there was a scheduling issue, and Trevor stepped in to cover what the others could not. So, shout out to Trevor. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Also, his first time modding, I believe, so be nice. You're doing great, buddy. Alright, let's go ahead and check out these specializations. On the left, we've got Holy Power. Viconia prefers to support from the front. Increase the effective Cleric Ashar. Remember, that's the one that buffs evil champions or Heroes of Baldur's Gate champions. By 100% for each column away from the backmost column she is, stacking multiplicatively. Oh, inverse Delana. Okay. She wants to be as far to the front as possible. But that's dangerous because she's not a tank. Anyone can be a tank if you put a big enough shield on them. Not really. Like, up to a point it works, but then beyond that, no. But anyway, Holy Power. So, alright. Multiplicatively, though, so that's good. I can see that being situationally useful. Obviously, this is going to be better the more columns you have. So a formation like this that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns is going to be better than, say, the Torm formation, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns. It's just objectively better. Begrudging Respect. Viconia prefers the presence of neutral champions. Cleric of Shar now affects neutral on the good and evil axis champions instead of evil ones. Heroes of Baldur's Gate are still covered under this new plan. Oh. Okay. So, it's interesting, she doesn't add supporting neutral champions. She replaces supporting evil with neutral. That is cool. That is cool. Yeah, as Trevor just points out in chat, I do answer questions. I aim for a goal of 50 questions every episode, and most of the time, I do hit it. That being said, when I cover a new champion, I try to go through all the new champion stuff before I switch over to questions. Trevor is catching all of your questions and putting them in a document for me to read when I get to it. So just stay tuned. I will get to all of your questions. And Turn Undead, on the far right, Viconia focuses on reanimating the dead, increase the chance for Animate Dead to trigger by 100%. So for me, currently, there's a 28% chance. But I think that's also, yeah, because I've got acceptable allies on. Let me take that one off so we can see what the default is. Oh, there we go. 20% chance by default. Turn Undead, 100% chance. So this should put it at a 40%, I believe. Yeah, 40%. There it is. Whenever a non-boss enemy is killed, there's a 40% chance of Viconia will seize control of his life, blah, 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 blah. Great. Awesome. Okay. And now let's just finish leveling her up, because I certainly have the gold for it. Okay, that's done. Alright, and now let's just scroll through, see if there's anything else to cover. Unholy Blight, we've got her ultimate attack. We'll talk about that in a second. Yeah, nothing else to cover there, just increases to things we've already discussed. So, her ultimate, Unholy Blight, Viconia summons darkness that damages all enemies and increases the odds of triggering Animate Dead. Here's what that looks like. Bloop. Oh, look. They're gone now, but for a moment there, we had a zombie dog and zombie rats. Nice. I will keep a familiar placed on that, so that it will come up again. Okay, let's go over equipment and feats. So, Handmaiden's Mace, this is all champion damage, slot 1. Emblem of Shar, slot 2, is Viconia's Cleric of Shar ability, which is the one that buffs evil champions and Baldur's Gate champions, or neutral champions and Baldur's Gate champions, if you have selected her middle spec. Crown of Power, this is slot 3, increasing her Animate Dead damage. Not the chance that it triggers, but the damage specifically. Potion of Strength in slot 4, increase the effect of her Cure Medium Wounds ability, that's her healing ability. Missiles of the Inferno is her ultimate attack damage, and Cloak of the Dark Lady in slot 6 is her ultimate attack cooldown. So slot 5 and 6 are pretty standard stuff. Slot 1 is standard for support. But she's got 3 champion ability specific equipment buffs. So these would be the most important, I think. Slot 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. I mean, if you're relying on her for a healer, as a new player, good, then you would want slot 4. That being said, you have a lot better options for healers, even in her own slot. Keelik and Briv are the best healers in the game, and they share a slot with Viconia, so that's not great for her prospects. Alright, let's take a look at her feats. So, we've got default, because the green ones are the default. Selflessness, increase all champion damage by 10%. This is your I'm a support feat that you have by default. Lady of Loss. Increase the effect of Viconia's Cleric of Shar ability by 20%. So this is already more interesting as far as the default feats go. Like, if you just unlock Viconia and you don't have any of the rest of her stuff, then I would instantly take Lady of Loss over Selflessness. Because champion formation abilities feats are almost always going to be better than just the little 10% all champion damage. I am tickled pink about doing the code as Happy New Year. It's working exactly as I hoped. There's so many well wishes for the new year in chat. Thanks for playing along, everyone. I appreciate that. I felt like it would be a great way to start everything off on the right foot, you know? Just respect and kindness and love and joy being shared for everyone. That's what I'm here for. That's what I hope you're here for, too. Alright, back to feats. She's also got Inspiring Leader. This is the upgrade for Selflessness. It's all champion damage, 25%. Everything is Nothing. This is the upgrade to Lady of Loss. It's Cleric of Shar ability, 40%. Acceptable Allies increase the chance of Viconia's Animate Dead triggering by 40%. I suppose we can call each other acquaintances. And Come On Back increases the effect of Viconia's Cure Medium Wounds ability by 40%. So I am running with these two. Everything is Nothing for Cleric of Shard 40%, and Acceptable Allies for Animate Dead 40%. Which puts me at a 56% chance for Animate Dead. So it starts at 20%, and if you take the rightmost spec, Turn Undead, and you take the Acceptable Allies feat, then you'll end up at a 56% chance. Much better than 20. Much better. When you get down to it, we're all here for pancakes. Ain't that the truth? Alright, so that brings us up through all things Viconia. No skins. Yet. Maybe? Maybe eventually? In an ideal world, every champion would have a skin. Hey, this is a fun question I just thought of. If you're new to the show, sometimes I like to turn things around and pose questions to chat. Hey, chat! We have a lot of characters now. If you could pick one single theme for a skin, and every single champion would have that skin, maybe it's, pirates, for example. Pirate Baloth. Maybe everyone has a pirate skin. That's just an example. Or everyone has a champion skin, like Champion Nayeli, where they look like they're wearing their epic gear instead of their normal stuff. Or Red Pandas. Or Mind Flayer, like we've got Mind Flayer Hitch. I don't actually have on the field right now, but I can fix that. There we go, Mind Flayer Hitch. If you could pick just one theme for a skin that would apply to everybody, everyone gets a skin of that, what would it be? Alright, I've already got some answers in here. Foolish Genius says, more pirates! Flexbone says, Mad Max theme? You might be interested in the Blood War skins. Let me see. What do we got? Neris, for example. Blood War Neris. Shandy's Blood War skin is very Mad Max, I feel. Yeah, there you go. And Delana's as well. Yeah, Blood War Delana. You might be interested in those, the Blood War skins. Yeah, always pirates, Lucky Rodent. Real Bunny Bee says Red Panda onesies for all. Build a Kraken tuxedos. Lord Amethyst says formal wear or more pirates. Irian dwarf skins. We can finally have a usable army of dwarves. Mikey Jr. Icewind Dale. Yeah, we got a lot of those. Seconded by Alias Buck. Big fan of the Icewind Dale skins. More, please. Nice, nice. Oh, welcome, Starfish. Good to see you. Happy New Year to you as well. Adorable chibi skins? Crazy Man Captain, I love that. Like, we got Baby Spurt, right? What if we had Baby Brunor, Baby Archon, Baby Everything skins? And not just as familiars, but like as champion skins. That'd be so cute. Epic Gear skins. Star Wars. Oh, going for an IP there. Birthday suit. Oh, yeah, like Darl Axel. Yeah. Icewind. Elemental skins, everyone gets flamey, stony, watery, airy. That would be cool. Witchlight, yeah, I love the Witchlight skins. Witchlight Delana, absolutely gorgeous. Look at those wings. Look at the face paint. The clothes. It's all very good. This is the skin for Delana to me. Trees, I like forests. That's cool. Oh, looks like Trevor likes Build a Kraken's idea, which I believe was the formal wear. Yeah, tuxedos. Yeah. One of the games that I love the Tales series from Namco Bandai, and they often put different character skins that you can get, like costumes that you can unlock, and one of the like standards that you can get in a lot of Tales games is formal wear, like tuxedos. So yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to see that in Idle Champions. Friday Quoo, I don't have an answer for you about secret codes. I was scrolling through the chat and I saw your question there. I poked people about it and I don't have a firm answer for you yet, because someone did ask me last year. Impersonator skin line. Bruno dresses up like Jarlaxle, Mince dresses up like Melf, John like Penelope, etc. I think that would be very confusing for new players when screenshots are getting posted. But aside from that, I love that idea. Worm Speaker. Yeah, we've got a lot of those. We should get more Worm Speaker skins. You're welcome, Flexbone. Yeah, check out those Bloodborne skins. They're really good. Pirates. Spelljammer. Cool. Yeah, I don't think we have anything Spelljammer themed currently. Dragon Priest. Good, get metallic. Evil, get chromatic. Neutral, get gem. Farmers or beach skins, says Niscus. Halloween is a fun theme, I agree. Wow, there's... Y'all, there's a lot more answers to this question than I thought there would be, which tells me this is a rich vein. I'm loving it. Thank you, everyone, for weighing in on that. That's great. All right, I'm going to adjust my formation and continue progressing while I tackle questions now. So let's see. I've got 10 questions queued up so far. A light load thus far, but it is the first day back to streaming. So I imagine we probably just don't have like as many viewers as we might normally have, as we all like get situated back into actually doing the thing again. All right, so Mikey Jr. asks, question, Briv wasted jumps? You mean you can take him out and put him in later to get jumps later on? Totally. Yeah. I don't really need my Briv to be jumping until, like, I can coast with my Ashara DPS formation with a different tank in to substitute for Briv until, like, stage mid-900s. Then I can put Briv in and have him jump. Yeah, if I just don't have him in the formation, then he won't be using up his jumps. So yeah, you can just take him out and put him in later. I do it all the time. Lots of people do. Merrick, question, other than making zombies, what is Viconia good at, and what are the zombies good for? Well, she's good at buffing an evil DPS champion or a Heroes of Baldur's Gate DPS champion. So if you're a brand new player and you rely on Minsk a lot in slot 7, right here, then Viconia would be a support for him if you don't have someone better in slot 5. I'm not actually sure how Viconia measures up to Calliope specifically, your default in slot 5. She might be better. There's probably situations where you want healing more than shielding anyway. Yeah. Once you got Briv, of course, then it's a no-brainer. You'll be using Briv. But also, like, maybe you just want to use Viconia because you just have a soft spot in your heart for Baldur's Gate. So you just want to use all the Baldur's Gate characters. And you can use all the Baldur's Gate characters. I don't think they compete in any slots. Yeah, Baloth is here. And Viconia is here. And what's the other one? Oh, Jaheira. Jaheira and Baloth are in the same slot. Yeah, so you can't do the entire affiliation of Heroes of Baldur's Gate, the updated version of it. You can't do all of them right now, but very nearly all of them. Yeah. But what is she good at? Evil DPS, or neutral DPS if you go for that middle spec. But I would rather go for her Animate Dead specialization just to increase the chance of it happening, because that's really her bread and butter. It's just basically getting a free, very low power fire breath effect. Never crossed the line. Having trouble deciding between Calliope's 10 HP and Viconia's Animate. Which does Mr. Mars think is better? It depends on what you're at. Like, if you need survivability, then you should go with Calliope shielding. Although, Viconia also heals, and that ties straight back to what I was just thinking about, which is, like, is Calliope shielding better than Viconia's healing? I don't know, because it really depends a lot on your gear as well. It depends on, like, how much you have invested in your Viconia versus your Calliope. Like, for me, if we just take a very quick look, my Calliope has 4,022 average item levels, compared to my Viconia, whose average item level is 7. That's a little bit of a difference there. I'm willing to wager that my Calliope is going to be better at shielding than my Viconia is going to be at healing. But your results will vary, because your Calliope won't be the same as mine. Your Viconia won't be the same as mine. Yeah. So, whether they're comparable, that's going to depend on their gear. And then that's going to inform your decision about which one to use. But beyond that, Calliope shields, and she buffs the column in front of her. And that's it. Viconia buffs evil DPS or neutral, depending on specialization, and the Heroes of Baldur's Gate champions. Okay, so that's a buff. Viconia heals, so like maybe we can put that in competition with Calliope's shield. And then she also has her Animate Dead effect for the free, very low power fire breath effect. So maybe gearlessly, Viconia might edge out over Calliope in that situation. I'm just talking from my gut here. I'm not referencing any numbers. I feel like Viconia might actually beat out Calliope. But there's a gigantic, bold, italicized, underlined asterisk at the end of that sentence. Speaking of Viconia, I need to open up these chests. I forgot. I was saving all of my chests to open on stream. It was so hard to not open my Viconia chest during the break, but let's do it now. Let's see what we get. Can we get a natural shiny? Can we get our 5th ever natural event shiny on stream? It would be nice. It's probably not. I don't think anything will ever beat that moment with Dahani. I know some of y'all, because I recognize names, I know some of y'all were here for that. There was a moment when I casually opened a silver Dahani chest during her event release and just instantly pulled a natural shiny. Unforgettable. Okay, we're getting some blues. That's good for item levels. Alright, let's go golds. I've only got 1 epic on her so far. I'll be happy with 1 more, which I believe I'm guaranteed for. Yes, I'm guaranteed to get at least 1 more epic. Hopefully 2? That'd be really nice. That would make me a happy Mars. Please? 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 Oh no, full pity timer. Oh no, there we go. Potion of Superior Healing. It's for healing. That's not the one I really want. Beggars can't be choosers, I know, but still. I would much rather have received the Animate Dead epic. Yeah. But I will have to live with the healing epic and the ultimate attack damage epic for now. For now. I'll probably do some time gates. Yeah, I'll probably do some time gates. Purple potions count as epics? No. I can see why that's confusing, because we have potions that are consumable items, but one of Viconia's gear is a potion. This is not a consumable. This is an equipment card. And it is an epic. Yeah, so don't panic, Jester. Don't panic. Alright, back to questions. Satibun Ree. As a new player, her undead seem handy for grinding out some golden portals. Yes! Definitely. Which, at this point, I feel like kind of where I'm landing at with Viconia is that you're going to get more use out of her as a newer player, as opposed to if you are a really set-in-your-ways veteran player that's been around for years. Yeah. As a newer player, she's a godsend, because basically free fire breath potions. That's incredible. There's a couple champions that work like that. A.Mac, new player here. What's the best approach for farming epic gear? Any advice much appreciated. Well, for epic gear, you're going to need gold chests specifically. Which, I don't have any right now? That's weird. It's weird that I don't have any gold chests. But anyway, these. You can buy one at a time for 500 gems in the chest section of the shop. Or you go to the gem items and buy up to 100 at a time for 50,000 gems. There's a slider. This is much better if you're going to be catching gold chest for gems. If you're trying to cash in your gems for gold chests, use the slider in the gem shop. It's much better. But you need gold chests to farm epics. In general, that's like for your core champions, your evergreen champions. If you're trying to farm epics for an event champion, then the best way is during their event, and you just grind out free plays on repeat for them endlessly. To get enough event tokens to do that, you're going to need more bounty contracts, of course. And to get more bounty contracts, you're going to want to open gold chests. Any kind of gold chest will give you bounty contracts. And electrums, too, will also give you. Like, here, I'll put in mine. I just typed the word electrum. What am I doing? That's not a hidden code. It's the first stream back after holiday break. Forgive me. Yeah, see, small bounty contract. Have you ever noticed, by the way, like, I know we give out tons and tons and tons of these Electrum chests, but have you noticed that the gems card that you get from the Electrum chest has flavor text? And is different? 25 gems. Did you have to kill the target? Oh, vampire? Understood. I love that there's just like a little bit of flavor text there. I think the implication is that the champions have done a quest, like a little tiny side quest for some NPC, and that NPC has rewarded the champions with some sum of gems. And so that's what the flavor text is supposed to be referencing. Like, oh, thank you for doing this quest. Thank you for bringing me 30 bear pelts. Here's your pay. I think that's the implication there with the flavor text for the gem cards, which I just think that's really charming. They didn't have to do that. It's great. It's the little things like that that really sell this game for me. All of it adds to the charm, like this the good vibes feeling of Idle Champions for me. Foolish Genius. Question. Do the undead function like Krull pools against armored and hit-based HP? No, I don't believe so. I don't think they do. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Catch 23. What are we drinking today? Oh-ho! English breakfast, decaf. I wanted to get something simple so that if anyone wanted to match me today, you could. So, Happy New Year. Cheers. From my home to yours. Whoa, Lurking Rider got a shiny for Human's rainbow eggs from a potion of polish. Oh my god. Jackpot. Lucky, lucky. You're now the Lucky Rider. Congrats. That's awesome. But Catch23 goes on to say, the last of that Advent Calendar tea set I told you about, I remember this conversation, was a winter punch tea, and it was amazing. Wild apple, hibiscus, ginger, mint, sweet blackberry leaves, cloves, cardamom, and rose hips. Wow. That's like a floral chai. That sounds great. Winter punch, huh? You know what? Yeah, there's hibiscus and the sweet blackberry leaves and the mint and the rose hips. I'm betting that would be extremely good as a cold sweet tea. That would be my first thought, seeing that blend. I would immediately make like a big pot of sweet tea, cold sweet tea with that. Friday Quoo, question. I know in the past we've had secret codes. Oh, yeah. I hope we do. I hope we have secret codes for 2022. If we are, I don't know if or when it's getting announced. I have at least said, like, hey, if it's like a pain to make secret codes, I'm willing to help. Because I know people love the secret codes. I think it's fun. I think it's the scavenger hunt. Everyone, like, brain tanking, hive minding together to try to figure it out. I think that's really fun. Yeah. I don't know if we currently have secret codes. Or if we do, if it's being announced, or when. I have no information for you. Other than that, like, I am trying to make it happen if I can. Twitch username is needed. Where are the red pandas from? Seeing multiple red panda suits across the game. Okay, this question comes up from time to time. You may recall, in autumn of last year, we had Idle Champions presents The Trials of Mount Tiamat. And it was a live play D&D video, D&D stream that we had. It was like 7 parts. There were 7 episodes. There were 2 parties, wink wink. And the whole thing was hosted, DM'd by B. Dave Walters. Okay. That is the second time that we've had Idle Champions Presents. Technically a third time, if you want to call it that. But earlier last year, we had the first of the Idle Champions Presents. Which was, Idle Champions Presents A Fool's Errand was one of them. And I can't remember the name of the other, but there were 2 adventures. And during one of these, there was essentially a moment. I'm trying to talk around this so that if you want to go back and actually experience it, you won't be super spoiled about it. There was a moment where red pandas featured prominently, let's say. And chat went ballistic. They loved it, for the most part. I'm sure there's going to be some haters. There's always haters. But for the most part, people seem to really love it. And Codename really loved it, and the players playing the game really loved it. So, okay, red pandas. Lots of red pandas in the game. Now that it's been so many months, it's, you know, weird, right? Like, maybe some people just don't get the joke. People that just started playing the game today might not understand, like, why are there so many red pandas? Yeah. It would be cool if there was some way in-game to explain this. But at the end of the day, if you love red pandas, then cool, it's a good skin for you, and if you don't, ignore it. Guinevere, 8569U, question Mars. Just passed level 800 last night. Nice, congratulations. What tips do you have to help me get to level 900? Okay, so you want some tips for pushing from 800 to 900. Well, one, at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to proper formation design. If you're reaching level 800 already, you're probably doing fine. And your gear. Do you have all epics on the people that you're using? Do you have shinies? Do you have golden epics? Have you unlocked your legendary forge? Have you started putting legendaries on people? You should do that if you have access to it, because it's very, very good. But beyond that, other little things that you can do to help yourself. I can always squeeze out a few extra stages with, this is a very simple trick, but it's one that I use a lot. Warden Swapping. So Averin, best support in the game, is just, it's absolutely ridiculous how powerful Averin's support buffing power is. Warden is the same slot, which would normally be a bad thing, right? Because they're competing. Well, here's the thing. When Warden attacks an enemy, they put a hex stack on them. Hex stacks cause enemies to take more damage than normal from every damage source. You could then switch Warden back to Averin once those hex stacks are built up, because hex stacks are sticky. They stay on the field even after Warden is swapped out. So, let's say you're at a boss fight and you just can't kill it. Swap in Warden, build up hex stacks, swap Averin back in, wait for Averin to do that big kick from his ultimate, watch your Bud spike up absurdly high, and then fire breath your way forward for a while again, and then do it again when you need to. It will help you a lot. The same can be said of many other debuffs, but other strong debuffs won't like stay on the field forever. Gromma Arctic debuff and Ayla's Storm debuff that she puts on people, the electricity thing. You can see it happening on my screen. The lightning bolt comes down and zaps them. Those will help, but they don't stay forever if you take them out of the formation. Warden's does, for whatever reason, but others really don't. But you can use that to your advantage. Basically, debuff swapping. That can help you a lot. Also, remember, if you're using Orkira to do proper Orkira stacking by going back to an earlier stage, setting her up with her healing feats specifically, Emergency Heal and Spark of Renewal, setting up Narak and Artemis and Archon and as many DPS champions as you can, and then just watch her healing skyrocket. And it's good. It will make a big difference. Also, Baloth, if you're using Baloth, make sure to let everyone in your formation die systematically, one at a time, which feels weird to say out loud, but it's nonetheless true. That is how you get good damage out of Baloth support. Basically, make sure that you are using all of your champions on the field to their utmost potential, while also keeping in mind the option for debuff swapping. There, that's my advice. Starfish, Mars, do you have a good Trials Ashara formation without worrying about the restrictions as a base? I'm struggling with 850 when I can hit 950 in normal run. Yeah, I have a Ashara formation that I can use. That being said, I struggle as well, Starfish. Despite my longevity in the game and the community, and the fact that I straight up work for the company now that makes the game, I still can't clear all of Trials. I tried. I did... What was it? That one. I did Grand Torment in December, and I was a leech. I ended up not contributing anything to this. Like, I hit stuff hard, but I couldn't beat even the day one objective because of the restriction that I had and the huge area goal that I had. So even me, I couldn't do it. Whew. So Trials, not a joke. That being said, I do have an Ashara DPS formation, but whether I get to actually use it depends entirely on what restrictions are at play. That being said, hey, let's set up a trial. I have enough regular blood vials to do a legend difficulty, so let's do that. I'm going to set this up now. Private campaign. So if you would like to play a legend difficulty Trials of Mount Tiamat campaign with me, here's your chance. This is tier 4 difficulty, legend. I'm buying. And I'm going to go with mountain this time, because why not? And I will choose... I choose nerds. Why not? I know I can handle this one on my own if I had to. So if you'd like to join my Trials of Mount Tiamat campaign group for this week, it is the number 9, the letter Q, as in Queen, or Keelek, the number 6, and the letter J, as in Jaheira. So 9, Keelek, 6, Jaheira. Please join me. Please join me. Hello, R. Denner. Thanks for joining me. And once we have enough people, I will get out of this free play and we will actually do a trial, and then I'll do a Shara formation. We'll see how it shakes out over there. Yeah. So I'll get back to your question later in the show, Starfish. A lousy bum. Also, core over event champs, all else being equal, in the long run after thousands of hours of gem, i.e. chest farming. Okay, they're asking, do core champions, or evergreen champions in general, beat out event champions, all else being equal, in the long run after thousands of hours of gameplay? It depends entirely on what champions you're comparing. It's apples to oranges. Some champions are a more simple comparison than others. Let's see. For example, Delina. She's just a straight DPS. There's not really a lot to say about Delina, even after her rework. So she would be pretty simple to compare to, let's say, another just straight DPS event champion. Who we got? Benwyn. Could probably compare Benwyn to Delina. Between the two, I'd probably go Benwyn. Plus, Benwyn's got the whole, like, extra attacks thing. And there we go. Like, already, with just that one simple comment, we're already kind of dropping the comparison here. Because everyone's special. Everyone has, like, unique abilities. It's apples to oranges. It's really hard to just directly compare champions in a vacuum, because it's never in a vacuum. Because all their special ability had to be taken into account. They all have niche uses, or at least most of them do. It also depends entirely on, like, how much of the full roster you have access to. If you're a brand new player and the only event champion you have is Benwyn, guess what? Benwyn is probably one of your best characters in the game. Even if he's not the best character in the game, like, in a vacuum. Yeah, hence why all else being equal. Yeah, I recognize that. So even then, it depends. Not all of the core champions are made equally. That's why Delina is the punching bag. Archon was once upon a time king DPS, and is still extraordinarily good, but not the best right now. Ashara is arguably the best right now. Ooh, hey, all players are ready. Wow, that was fast, y'all. Awesome. Welcome to the party, R. Denner, Ninja Worm, Midnight Griff, and Dr. Nightfall. Alright, so we've got Paulton, Brunor, Nerds, Makos, and Jarlaxle. Let's go. Start. Please start. Alright, great. Only champions with an int score of 10 or higher can be used. Sweet, that's a Shara. Okay, so we can actually do a Shara. Alright. Let's go ahead and end this, and I will start my trials run. Well, okay, Vampire, I have not, even when I was saying that, I was not forgetting about Artemis. I've been saying for months, if not like a full year or more, that Artemis is, you gotta keep an eye on him. Because every single time a new DPS support combo champion comes out, there's potential for Artemis to suddenly kick in the door and be like, "What's up, y'all? I'm on top now." Every single time. And it feels like we're inching so close to that day. Like, some people are actually experiencing, like, Artemis King DPS right now. But it depends on what gear you got for him. You got that golden flute? Do ya? Some people do. I do, and that's awesome. But not everyone does. That's going to make a big difference for Artemis. And just gear level, for that matter. And then what champions you have available. Artemis, like Ashara, depends very much on your full roster. You need a lot of characters to really make Artemis DPS work. Gar's last show, 2021, was Artemis meta. Gar's Guide to Artemis meta, which is awesome. Very cool. Very cool to have a specific show about that. Oh no! No, Akira! Oh no! Oh, I hate it. Oh no. Alright, so I'm gonna do something different than Akira. Ah! I wish day 1 of Trials didn't have a restriction. Like, every day after, but not day 1. Or maybe just, like, low difficulty. Maybe on, like, normal difficulty there's just no restriction, because it'd basically be like a tutorial for learning Trials that way, but, no. Alright, let's get people in here. So we've at least got bodies on the field. Rusens123 question: I just unlocked merch. Should I now start focusing getting influence, or continue getting favor blessings unlocking evergreen champs? Influence. Right now, I would say get some influence. Next question. Merrick, I used up my medium bounty contracts in the event, and now I need 10 to unlock Strahd. What's the easiest way to get more of those? Gold chests? Yes, gold chests. Just open up some gold chests. Why not? I'll get some gold chests and show you. Let's say 50? Since that's the most you can open at once. Yeah, let me go into my gem shop. Pick up 50 gold chests. Whoa, that puts me just under 900k. Okay, so let's see, with 50 gold chests, what does that look like? Just as an example. Now we're back! Alright, great. Ah, there it is. Now I'm back. So by way of an example, 50 gold chests got me 62 small bounties and 3 medium bounties. So, yeah. If you just need to get some medium bounties, yeah, just open up some gold chests. There's that streamer luck again. Hashtag streamer luck. I love that that's, like, my thing. Gar has a guide for that, and I've got hashtag streamer luck. Zerg, you think the streamer button is broken? I don't even have it anymore. When I visited Codename Entertainment, when I got to travel to the Holy Land where it's all done, when I finally got to go to Codename Entertainment office in Victoria, I gave the streamer luck button to Sean as a gift, so that he is the keeper. Sean is now the keeper of the streamer luck button. Dan's SJ4B question: couldn't Viconia help with click debuff since you can't use fire breath potions, since it makes the debuff not work on familiar clicks? Yeah, I guess she would, yeah, because I've heard you're not supposed to use fire breath with click debuff, so that would give you an alternative so that you could have the fire breath effect when you need it. Plus it hits things in an area and not like single target, so yeah, she might have some niche use there. I'm not a pro at click debuff. I can't wrap my head around it, honestly. Cruciferous Kale, what are secret codes? Oh, well, Cruciferous Kale, in the past, many times now, we have had a list of secret chest codes. So, chest codes, like the kind that you type in here. But all Codename Entertainment has done is just say, hey, we have secret codes again. Good luck. And then people work to figure it out. Occasionally, Dylan or someone else might, like, feed out clues and hints as the year goes on. And the secret codes are set to expire at the end of the year. So if any aren't solved by the end of the year, they just fade away and no one gets the prizes. So it's really fun because people will, like, come together and be like, okay, let's figure this out. And it's fun watching the discussions happen, and being a part of them too. Like I take part in it myself. I have not once managed to guess a secret code though, despite all my many efforts. I have really tried. The Lurking Writer, question, where did you acquire the cup mug from which you're drinking? I like the design. Oh, well, thank you. This mug was actually a gift from one of my best friends back in college. I had a friend, still have a friend named Dan. During my senior year in college, Dan could not stand his roommate and his dorm. So he asked to basically live in the living room area of the 4-dorm suite that I shared with my 3 roommates, who we were all very good friends. So we were like, yeah, sure. So he lived, like, he slept on the couch. He worked the kitchen. Our only ask was that he was a professional chef, so once a week he would make an incredible meal for all of us, and it was awesome. While he was there, we all had a standing agreement to just freely use each other's dishware, and Dan had this mug. And for whatever reason, I just gravitated toward this thing, and I used it every single day that year. At the end of the year, he formally gifted it to me. He said, "You have used this mug more than I ever have in my life. In my eyes, it is your mug." And he gave it to me, and I've used it ever since. Sometimes you just find an object that just appeals to you. Now, where did Dan get it from? I have no idea. But I will tell you that I managed to eventually track down 3 exact copies on the internet. So if one day this mug breaks for whatever reason, I have backups. If you want to know the brand, it's Tian Shan Stoneware. It says on the bottom of it. Tian Shan Stoneware, made in China. But it is my favorite mug, and I love it very much. Lucky Rodin, I'm not quite in the situation yet, hopefully soon, but suppose you have a full shiny or gold character, and you purchase a pack of their chests with a guaranteed shiny. Does that shiny get transferred randomly to a different character, or what? Okay, so there's a couple of aspects of this to tackle. Because you said full shiny or gold character, and then you purchase a pack. Alright, so if you have a full gilded character, let's use my Briv as an example. So my Briv has full shiny or golden for everything, okay? If I purchase a Briv chest pack that has guaranteed shinies, I still get those shinies for Briv. The thing is, when you get a shiny that lands on an item that's already shiny, you get plus 125 item levels on that item. Because it's already shiny, it can't be more shiny. It can't gain the shiny quality again. So instead, you gain 125 item levels. Which is a change. It used to be like basically nothing. You used to get basically nothing for it. I think it was like just the item levels of whatever rarity tier the item was. But they changed it to be 125 instead. Much better. Much better. So I'm sure like the people out there who just are really grinding out Briv slot 4, the speed item, to get absurdly high item levels, I'm sure there's probably a little money involved there, getting chest packs for shinies to land on that too. Yeah. If you get a chest pack that's got guaranteed shinies for a character that is not full shinies yet, then those shinies are guaranteed to land on spots that are not yet shiny. You'll only get doubled shinies, you'll only get duplicate shinies once a character is fully gilded. And then one further note, if you come into possession of a golden epic for a champion whose item for that slot is already shiny, then that item will become a golden item, and then you will find a potion of polish in your inventory, so that you can randomly shiny something else. So I hope that answers your question without any confusion. Delramian, question, what other shielder is there besides Calliope? Oh, well, Ayla is a big one. Ayla only shields herself, but boy is it a good one. Likewise for Tyrell. Tyrell in wild shape form, also called bear form. Tyrell also has a self-shielding ultimate attack, which is absurdly strong. There are a few shielders in the game. Not many, but they exist. Calliope is the most routinely useful one for shielding the whole party. Dance Lover. Yeah, or Barrel. Some people say Barrel. Thank you, Vampire. Which, I guess has fallen out of favor a little bit because of, like, Tyrell has so many skins now that change his animal form. Barrel sounds good because it's a near rhyme with Tyrell, but, like, Mooseril doesn't really work. Although it's fun to say. It is fun to say. I do like that. Mooseril. Unicorn Rill. Dance Lover, question. Can you explain again how the Electrum chests give out equipment? Yeah, okay. I don't have any right now. I need to get some. Just a moment. Let me pile up some Electrum chests real quick. So right now, I'm just going to the Discord, going to the combinations channel, and just copy-paste. Copy-paste. Well, I only really need one to show this off. Yeah. So it tells you right here, each chest contains 5 items, 1 equipment item for a random unlocked champion, 1 gem card, 1 bounty contract, 1 blacksmith contract, and 1 potion, with rarities from common to rare. And the Electrum chest will prioritize giving equipment to empty slots, whether it's an evergreen champion or an event champion. So these are fantastic for gearing up characters that don't have any gear, which is why I like opening Electrums at the start of an event. That's it. It's not very complicated. Also, it's going to be common, uncommon, or rare. Never epics. You will never get epics. Robotic Dinosaur, you can definitely join the Discord. ! Discord in the chat. We'll get you the link to it. Thank you, Non-Breadloaf. Yeah, join the Discord. I think there's like a 10-minute wait period before you can actually post, and that's because we've had lots of problems with bot accounts. So, like, please don't be mad about that. Just lurk during that 10-minute wait period. Just check out the channels. There's a lot of channels, so it gives you time to kind of familiarize yourself with the lay of the land. You're welcome. Yeah, enjoy. Hope to see you there. Mikey Jr. Can you explain how trials work? I'm getting close to unlocking it and want to have as much prep as possible going in. Oh, yeah, sure. So one thing, there is a how to play FAQ in the top right once you've unlocked it. This is very long. So I'm not going to read all this out loud. I have done that once before, and it took like 15 minutes. I feel like that would be audio poison for people to listen to again. So I'm not going to do that again. But I will try to give you like a basic summary. So the Trials of Mount Tiamat game feature is unlocked by completing the storyline of Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus. Now, I know you already know this, Mikey Jr., because you're almost unlocking it, but for people who don't know, Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus, this campaign here, the red button campaign with the skulls on it, the horned skulls, you gotta play through the base adventures of this whole one, not necessarily the variants, but you have to beat all of the base adventures. And once you finish Elturel's Last Stand base adventure, where you actually fight Tiamat, I won't tell you why, the spoilers, but it is a really cool fight, then you will unlock access to the button on the map that says Trials of Mount Tiamat. But the first time you click this, it won't take you to this screen. it'll take you to a different screen, which will talk about the Mad God Adventure. And this is a special, unique challenge that you can only play once. There's not even variants of it. But once you beat the Mad God Adventure, then you can actually play the Trials of Mount Tiamat. The Trials of Mount Tiamat is a multiplayer experience, or it can be multiplayer. It can also be single player, but at high difficulties. That's basically impossible! I'm sure some people have done it, but I feel like that list would be in the single digits. But Trials of Mount Tiamat is pretty cool. You have 7 days to defeat Tiamat once you start a run, once you start a campaign. But I'm getting ahead of myself. For actually starting a campaign, you have to either join an existing public lobby or a private lobby if you have a join code, or make your own lobby. Wait for people to join you, or if you have friends that you know you want to play with, make it a private lobby, write down your 4-character code, give it to them, and then they can put it in and join your lobby directly so that you can play with exactly the people you want to play with. On mine, I just play with whatever random people want to join me from the show. So these are like people that have been watching the show, and they've actually joined me to fight Tiamat. We're on level 4 difficulty, Legend. There are 10 levels of difficulty. You will start with normal difficulty, which is tier 1. You have to beat each tier of difficulty to unlock the next one. So I have access to tier 9 out of 10, but I haven't attempted 9 yet. Eventually, on stream, I'm going to attempt tier 9, and I really hope I get very powerful people to join me, because I'm worried I might not be able to do it on my own. But anyway, once you've got the campaign going, everyone picks a character, and you choose where to send them. So I chose the mountain. Ninja Worm chose the swamp. Our Denner chose the forest, Midnight Griff chose volcano, and Dr. Nightfall chose the plains. Each character that you choose contributes something to the party. My nerds that I chose is contributing 116.8% boost to all champion damage. Our Denner's Paulton is contributing increase received scales of Tiamat by 5.44%, max 100%. And that's the reward currency for beating this game mode. I'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, everyone's contributing something. So you get little buffs that way. There's also these scrolls. These are consumable items that you get from Glory of Bahamut chests, which are another reward that you get for beating the Trials of Mount Tiamat campaigns. So eventually you'll amass a horde of scrolls if you're not regularly using them, but you also get these scrolls by purchasing packs that might be associated with the Trials of Mount Tiamat. I think there's a Trials of Mount Tiamat Founder Pack? I can check that on my other game. Yeah, let's check in on my Epic game. Oh! Yeah, we haven't checked in on my Epic game at all this episode. We should do that. Come on. There we go. So I was away for 12 hours, 5 minutes, 17 seconds. I progressed from area 30 to 30. Because I had to leave the house suddenly to drive 600 miles halfway through my break. And so I had to abandon ship and stop playing the event. So I'm still on a Viconia free play here, which is nice, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and convert my Torm's favor. Yay! Because it's the only choice I have. I have only been playing Torm. Right. So here's where I'm at with my Epic game. Oh, you know what? The Trials pack might not even show up in my shop if I don't have it unlocked. I wonder. It is nice that I can actually see everything on this account, since I can see nothing on my main account. Oh yeah, so if there is a pack for that, then it doesn't show up if I haven't unlocked it. Yeah, Trevor confirms it won't. Yeah. I vaguely recalled that being the case, but sometimes I just need an actual reminder. Okay, so I can't show that off, unfortunately. But, anyway, getting back to talking about the scrolls there. The scrolls will give you an edge, but it's not really necessary at low difficulties. I think it's been proven that in the current system, if you have a 5-person party and they all beat the goal requirement for day 1, then you can all just coast out the rest of the days, and Tiamat will eventually be defeated. So, everyone earns DPS for this health bar at the bottom here. You are actively fighting Tiamat, okay? You're all fighting, you're like armies of champions coming together to face down Tiamat. And you contribute party total DPS down here on this green bar. This is Tiamat's health bar, and there's a little sliver missing because we've already punched her a little bit. Just a little scratch. Yeah. You get DPS in 2 ways. By beating the daily goal. Right now it's clear area 400. Or no, complete clear area 550 to earn 400. Yeah. It'll tell you what your daily goal is right here. And then this is the reward, 400 DPS. So I'll get 440 DPS tomorrow, but it'll be a higher goal, 480 on the next day, but it'll be an even higher goal, etc. It'll keep track of your earned daily total DPS here. But there is a catch. Each day, there will be an additional restriction, either for champion options, or for formation slot options on the field, or for threats that might be at play, like champions taking constant damage every second, that kind of thing. There's going to be complications. That's what we'll call them. Let's call them complications will arise each day that goes by. So day 1 is your best day to go as far as you can and hit something as hard as you can. And the reason you want to do that is because throughout the whole campaign, it will track your most powerful hit, the hardest you've ever hit something with one of your champions. And that will give you additional bonus DPS that will contribute toward the party total. So that's the second of the 2 ways that you get DPS for the party. The DPS is just constantly calculated. Like, you can just see Tiamat's health slowly ticking down over here. It's very small on the stream, I can see, but it is ticking down. Eventually, hopefully, your party will earn enough DPS over the course of the 7 days that you have available to defeat Tiamat. And once you do, then you will earn Scales of Tiamat, as well as Glory of Bahamut chests, which are very shiny, pretty, and good to look at. And when you open them, the Glory of Bahamut chest will give you scrolls to use for Trials of Mount Tiamat, and will also give you blood vials. At least a prismatic blood vial. I don't have a regular blood vial right now because I've used them all. Tabarja posted a screenshot of in-game Tiamat Founders Pack screen if Mars wants to show it. Thank you! I can't actually show it, but I appreciate that you did that. I'm not seeing it anywhere. Oh, I just assumed that you posted it in the Discord. If you posted it in... Oh, you put it in off-topic. Ah, that's an easier place to check. It's always less cluttered in there. Thank you, Tabarja. Tabarja coming to the rescue, posting a screenshot of the Trials of Mount Tiamat Founders Pack. I knew this was the thing. Yeah. So you get the baby Tiamat familiar. That's right. That's how you get baby Tiamat. It's so good. You also get a skin for Nayeli, and you get 20 each of the 5 different scroll types. It's a lot of scrolls. So if you just want to get a big pile of scrolls, that's a good way to do it. Plus, baby Tiamat familiar. Probably one of the best familiars in the game. Let's get her out here. So many. There we go. Tiamat fights for me now. Yes. Ugh. Yeah, I can't have my full Ashara team that I usually use for this. Thank you, Devarja. I can't have my full Ashara team that I use for this. So you had a request from the Ashara team that I use, but I can't use Orkira. So assume that I have Orkira, okay? Assume that Orkira is here. Then I would take Potpourri and Half-Bloods. Stop it. So it really comes down to, like, what is the second tank that I put out here? I mean, I've got Donar sitting on the tank line, which isn't a great idea usually because he's not a tank. But if I'm just clearing area 400, that's fine. If I'm trying to push into, like, 900 and more, then that's not going to be fine. Probably move him here. Have Ayla out on the field, but I can't have Ayla out for this. Yeah. So this one might actually be a little rough for me doing a Shara DPS specifically. I might just want to ditch doing a Shara DPS and do something different entirely. Probably Zorbu. Probably Zorbu. Yeah. Or I could try something weird. I could always get weird with it. Because I get tired of using the same standards all the time. It's fun to break it up and get weird with it. Besides, I had a request last year to do more, let's say, different formations going into 2022, now that we're past episode 100. I wonder, who's a DPS that could be fun to use for this? I'm thinking about Drizzt. I'm really leaning towards Drizzt right now. I can't really say why, it's just, I don't know, I just feel it. Any requests? Strix DPS? Can I even? I could. Lauren's got not optimal is still fun, and I can have get weird with it. Yeah, it's something I say in my day-to-day life as well. When I do something that's just unorthodox in general, I just say, let's get weird with it. Like when I'm cooking, don't ever let me cook. I will make something new, and it might not be good. Yeah, I'm feeling Drizzt. Let's go Drizzt. Okay, I'm going to take everyone out so that I can more easily plan what the formation's going to look like here. No Orkira. Okay, you know what? It's a 2-tank formation, and I love bringing in Turiel when that's the case, so that I can make it a single tank formation, because I love being able to say, no. This is not a 2-tank formation. This is 1 tank. You will not control me, game. Let's bring in the full Companions of the Hall. No, I can't bring in Brunor if I do that. So yeah, let's just ditch that plan immediately. How about, Korth is cool. Making Drizzt attack faster. Yeah. Because Drizzt has this awesome, like, making enemies miss when they attack ability. Love that. It's really fun when Drizzt hits an enemy and makes them miss their next attack, and that next attack is like an AoE from a boss. It's like a Dragon's Breath weapon, and it'll just show miss, 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 miss on everyone. That's always amusing. I really like that. Let's see. Brig? Yeah, sure. Why not? Let's go with Brig. Okay, cream of the crop. Sure. Sure. Okay, I like this so far. Alright. 4. No, not feeling 4. Viconia. I would love to use Viconia, except I'm already going with Drizzt DPS, and that's not gonna work. Happy New Year, Doorbell. Welcome. Good to see you. It would be funny if Korth ended up out DPSing Drizzt, but I'm going to try to engineer it so that that doesn't happen. But we'll see. Maybe Keelek. Maybe Keelek. Oh, Evelyn could be fun. Then I can have Drizzt here. Because this Ascendant Evelyn skin, oh my gosh. It's gorgeous. I love it. Who else? I can't use Freely. I'd love to, but I can't. Yeah, I'll take Lawful. Not Hitch. Can I get a Moonbeam Tyrrell in here? Not great for positioning, for minimizing adjacencies for Moonbeam Tyrrell. Maybe Nova? We're not too far in that Nova becomes, like, inconsequential. We've only missed, like, 10, 11, 12 bosses. Yeah, we could still make use of Nova here. Why not? And... maybe Melf as support. Not for speed, but for supporting. Wolfgar for Dritz. Yeah, you know what? You're right. We should at least have one friend in here for Dritz to work with. One teammate. I need a tank. I need to put in a tank here. I think I will go with Keelik. Take Empowered. Sure. Okay. And I will take Protection. Sure. Okay. Fine. Need a tank. Well, the slots I have available, I could go with Walnut. Or Celise. Let's go Celise. I never use Celise. We should use Celise. Yeah, respect where it's due. I mean, Wolfgar is a tank. I guess I could put Wolfgar in. I don't really think of him as a tank. I mean, he can also be support. He is a support. Yeah. Could be good. Yeah, Morden's will. Increase the damage of all companions of the hall for each enemy attacking Wolfgar. Yeah, that might be fine. Well, in that case, how about we do this? How about we move Wolfgar to the front to share? Oh, we can't use Brunor. Ah! For a second, I thought, like, oh, maybe we actually can do the full companions. Nope, we can't. Tiamat won't let us. That's fine. Catti-Brie, though. Let's take in the zone. Let's get Catti-Brie in here. Sure. This is fine. But I need not Turiel. Not Turiel. Maybe Esmeralda, because same column. Yeah, there we go. Same column. I'm not sure what the primary enemy type is in these adventures. I can always respec if I need to. There's plenty of dragons here. Do the Abishai count as fiends? If the Abishai are fiends, I'm just gonna go ahead with Fiendish Stature for now, and I'll respec it if I need to. Nova is also a tank, you're right. She just doesn't have the silhouette of a tank, but that's on me. That's my own bias at work. So I gotta work on that. Yeah, I will take Smells Like a Trap, because I like having it mark everything instead of only every 3 things. Okay, and a familiar on Wolfgar. There we go. There's a very different formation. One that I certainly don't use, I think, ever. I don't think I've ever used this exact team before, ever. So that's fun, you know? It's different. Keeps things interesting that way. Evelyn is also tank. Wow. Yeah, when you think about it, I've got a lot of health sharing going on, don't I? It's 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks on the field right now. Nice. Nice. Should we move people? That feels better. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's save this. Say MGH 101. Dritz DPS. There we go. Lots of health sharing while Hive Mind plays. Oh, that's a nice touch, yeah. We're sharing minds as we share our hearts. Half B, did you find a matching teapot? I have not. I'd love to. Although, honestly, I'm not sure I would actually like a teapot with that pattern. I like it as a mug, though. Akamoral, is it possible to get golden epics without money? Yes, but they are few and far between. So, occasionally, and I mean occasionally, once in a blue moon, Codename Entertainment for Idle Champions will have some kind of special thing happening, some sort of, like, meta event celebration thing. And during that, you might have the opportunity to get a golden epic. One of them, for example, was before we had patrons, we had the weekly C-Team challenges. That was a thing. It was a precursor to the patron challenges, really. And one of the things that you could get during that was a golden epic for Donar? Yeah, it was for Kronar. You could get slot 5 golden for Donar. Totally free to play. But there's only been a few of those. I think like 5 or fewer. So, not a lot. But if you're counting on being able to get like any particular champion's gear, like, oh, I really want Walnut slot 5 golden epic as a free-to-play user, don't bet on it. Yeah, Bunny Beast helpfully reminds us that there are actually some golden epics available in the patron shops. See, look. Here's a golden epic for Oporia I still don't have. And for Azaka. And for Dragonbait. And for Neris. Oh, nope. Nope. Oh, for Rhea. Yeah, there you go. God, I should get that one. That's so cool. Wait, I have that one. Haha! Excellent. I didn't realize I already had that. Nice! I love magic swords. I really love magic swords. I was just telling my partner last night about, like, one of my favorite magic swords in video gaming. And I think, Trevor, you'll appreciate this. Dark Souls 2, Blue Flame. If you know what I'm talking about, then you know. It's so cool! I love that! Ugh. Best weapon in the whole Soulsborne series, in my opinion. If they had that in the other games, it would be all I'd ever use. Absolutely love Blue Flame. Because it's a sword that functions as a sorcery catalyst, and you can infuse it to be magic so it scales with your intelligence, which is the stat you're using anyway if you're casting sorceries. Oh, yeah. That's some good stuff. And it's just pretty to look at. It's not even a bad-looking weapon. A lot of times in those games, it'll be very pretty, but have bad stats. But Blue Flame, ooh, no, is good to look at. Oh, you... Alright, Trevor's not into sorceries. Hey, I get it. That's cool, that's cool. I'm a magic sword and board boy when it comes down to it. Yeah. Give me a sword and a shield, and make that sword able to launch spells at people, and I am very, very, very happy. Giant sword and a shield, that's it for me. Hey, respect. Just old school strength builds, that's cool. What rings you got, etc., etc. Alright. Dance Lover, question. For unlocking Vajra, do only the base adventures count, or also variants? For unlocking Vajra. Let me take a look at my... Let's complete 15 adventures in Water Jargon, nice to know patron. No, yeah, base adventures totally count. Yeah, don't worry about it. You can totally do it. Base adventures count. Delramian, question, I may have missed that trials thing. So you can't level up your party? Just your familiar clicking damage? No, I was just being lazy. You can totally level up your characters. That's why I got familiars leveling them right now. Oftentimes when I start a brand new adventure, I'll just put the bodies out in the field and I won't level them up until I actually need to. Oh, did your question get skipped, Sarum? What was your question? Trevor is catching questions for me and putting them in the document. But chat also tends to move pretty quickly, so sometimes it's possible for someone's questions to get skipped. Oh, I see it there now. Okay, Sarum, question. I bought several of the champion packs that will go on sale soon. Does Cena usually help people out in such a feel-bad situation? I don't know. I work for C&E. That is true. But I'm not on that part of C&E, right? Like, I don't handle sales and tickets and all that. So, you could put in a ticket, I guess. But, as for whether that's something that we do that we do for people, or that we even do regularly for people, I don't know the answer to that. I will say one time, back in year 1, I encountered a glitch in my game. Like, one of my events just ate 10,000 event tokens, and I sent in a ticket for that, and they fixed it, and they gave me back the tokens for it, so cool. But that's, like, the only thing I've ever asked for via ticket. So, I don't know. I don't know if that's something they do. Gamrix, question. I started a Trials at Torment difficulty, and I'm the only one that shows any DPS on the map. The day is now almost over. Is it possible it's delayed updating, or am I for sure the only one doing daily target? It is possible that it's delayed. Yeah, I understand, Sarum. That's totally a feel-bad thing. I get it. But, yeah. I'm just not the right person to ask. That's all. Sorry. I don't know. If I did, I'd tell you, but I don't. But it is definitely possible, Gamrix, that you're just having a delay there. I know that there's, like, some fiddly issues with the, like, daily DPS not actually being displayed correctly, like when it takes into account the scrolls and the champion bonus assault damage and your, like, each other person's DPS that they're contributing just via hitting something really hard. Let's say strike DPS, sure. That's a easy way to reference that in a nutshell. Yeah. It's not a perfect system. One day it might be, but it is not currently. Yeah. It might just be delayed. If you're at the end of, like, day 2 and everyone is still showing 0, then at that point, you've either got a bug, or what's more likely is you just have people who are not doing their work, that are not contributing. I have heard that this is becoming more and more of a problem for people playing Trials with random pickups. Oh, did you see the Fire Breath? It was all misses on the party. Love that. Thank you, Dritz. I love that Dritz brings that to the table. It's really cool. But I've heard that that's becoming more prevalent of an issue with random people that you might play Trials with, not actually contributing anything, and just trying to get a free ticket to ride, so to speak, for having someone else do the work. Which is... that sucks. That's just really unfortunate. I don't know how we can fix that. Maybe we have some kind of a system for rating the people you play with after a trial is over, and then accounts can be flagged or something. I don't know. Maybe ask Justin and David on developer insights. Maybe that's a part of the whole thing that they're working on. I know that they are working on stuff in general for it, but I don't know what specifically. Space Cow. Hey, Mars. Hi. Just came back after like an 8-month break. Boy, there's a lot to catch up on. started a Tiamat run. I'm doing it solo since I couldn't find a group after a couple days. How does that affect my rewards if I can't kill Tiamat? If you can't kill Tiamat, you won't get rewards. The end. You'll just have to try again. You'll have to set up another trials group, even if you're solo, and do it again. If you're having trouble finding people to play with, Space Cow, because it sounds like that might be your real issue there, very likely that you'll be able to clear it. If this is your first trial run, then you're on the normal difficulty, and on normal difficulty, it's extremely simple. It's very easy. Higher difficulties when you're going to really run into problems, but normal difficulty is easy. But if you're having trouble finding people to play with, go on the Discord. There is a specific thread on the Discord server that's just... yeah, Trials Mount Tiamat looking for group. It's just a place you can go to say, like, hey, I'm doing this difficulty. Here is my join code. Please help me. Wait a second. You still get scales if you fail? That's news to me. Hold up. I'm seeing several people saying that you get scales even if you fail. So, pardon me while I correct my brain. Does it not actually say in the FAQ? If it doesn't say in the FAQ, it definitely should. Ah. Every time you complete a campaign based on... If you manage to bring Tiamat's health to 0 and banish her back to Avernus, you'll receive a bonus of 50% more scales. Okay, so it's kind of inversely talked about there. Yeah, it's a bonus for winning, not a reward for failure. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Alright, so you'll still get stuff then. That's great! I didn't know that. Gar even failed on purpose once and got partial awards. Nice! Respect for him testing that out. That's awesome. I did not know that. That's on me. Merrick, question. How often do you find yourself using Strix DPS? Not often. Once upon a time, all the time. Before Archon DPS became a thing with the tanking, shielding, and healing rework that really brought him up to speed in an immense way. Strix was the top DPS for several months. Since then, I think I've done Strix DPS maybe 2 or 3 times. That's it. I don't like her ultimate in that I enjoy the art, I enjoy the concept of it, but I don't like that it's one of 3 random effects. And you have no control over which one you get. And some are just better than others. So, that kind of turns me off of using Strix. Non-bread loaf. Quite a random question. Do you mix teas? Favorite combo? Sometimes. Not often. Most of the time, I'll take my tea as is, but sometimes I will blend. I like... You know what's good? Mixing just a regular green and a regular black tea. Just a simple green and black is really good. Other things. Hibiscus plus anything else that's floral or herbal is delicious. But cold, specifically. Chai mix as well with similarly spiced teas. But I also like mixing teas with things like ginger ale. If you've never tried tea plus ginger ale, give it a shot. It's divisive from what I've seen, but I like it. Jester asks, have you or Gar reviewed Viconia yet? Oh, Gar has. Gar has a guide to Winter Shield Year 5 out, and you can read Gar's thoughts on Viconia there. Have I reviewed Viconia yet? The first half of this show was me going over Viconia and talking about her. I think at the end of the day, I'm going to say that the way I feel about Viconia is that she doesn't seem to really have a place in the top meta formations, like Ashara DPS. I've heard that, people were saying earlier, I've heard that she might have some niche use for, like, I think, was it Yorban DPS? But all in all, it feels like to me that she is going to be more useful for a newer player experience than someone who has been around for a long time. So she's fine. I wouldn't say that Viconia is bad. No. Just that she has specific use cases. Wondering Breath question, does Mars have any spoilers about today's update? Or whether there will be a year-end review blog? Does Mars have any spoilers about today's update? What if I told you I already gave you a clue and no one noticed? Have fun. See you for the afternoon show. It'll be a good one. There is an update today, yes. And I know what it is. I know parts of what it is. I don't know the full details. So it's still fun for me because there's still parts of it that I just don't know, and I love that. Yeah. Soaps, hello, brand new to the game. Any general tips or advice? Yeah. I'm sure there's an FAQ but I've got you here and you've got a good voice. Oh, thank you very much, Soaps. I've got so many tips and advice for you because it's something that people ask about a lot. I've also, like, some people have been asking me to turn down the music. This seems to happen every single episode. Like, I will turn it down, and it'll still be the same volume from the last time I turned it down, and then people ask again for it to be turned down. I'll turn it down again if you like, but I'm worried about eventually getting to the point that people just can't hear anything. It doesn't help that some songs are louder than others. They're not all, like, balanced equally. So I turned it down a little bit. Just a little touch. So, we got a couple of minutes. I gotta wrap up. Couple of things. Number one, Soaps, welcome to Idle Champions, first of all. Glad that you're here with us. Play the game your way. If you're brand new to the game, don't let anyone, like, tell you, like, you're doing it wrong. Just play the game how you want to play it, because the most important thing that you can do is figure out what's fun for you. Do you like optimizing your formation? Okay, then there's a million people that will want to help you with that and tell you how you're doing it right or doing it wrong. Do you like just collecting the characters, getting gear for them? Do you like just going on adventures? Maybe you like challenging yourself to beat adventures with the fewest people possible or something. If you like challenges, then there's a whole another breadbasket to open there. There's a lot of different appeals for Idle Champions, for different kinds of players, and you need to figure out what's appealing to you. Once you've figured that out, then we'll be able to better help direct you in the direction that would make you happiest, if that makes sense. Second thing, join the Discord. Get on the Discord, !Discord, and chat, get a link. That's where you can meet a lot of people in the community so that you can talk to them and get advice and make friends, like I have, and like so many other people have. We need to wrap up. So, blah, 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 blah. Thank you all for joining me for this episode of Mars Guiding Hand 101. Hope to see you all again next time, which will be later today, 1 p.m. Pacific time, 1 hour after update time. I will see you then for cool stuff. Very cool stuff. Check out all the other awesome shows that we have right here on the Senior Games Twitch channel. For example, Formation Save, coming up next in just a few minutes. And you can follow Idle Champions on social media. Join our community on social media platform of your choice. I recommend Discord specifically, but there's also Reddit, Steam, etc. TikTok even, for that matter. You can find me on Twitter at Ryan Blake Hall. Thank you to Codename Entertainment for everything. I mean, literally everything. all of this. Thank you to Trevor, my tireless mod today. You did great, buddy. Thank you. And thank all of you for watching. This has been a delight. Wherever you are in the multiverse, be safe, be kind, make someone else smile today. And until next time, look sharp, everyone. See you later today. Da, 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 da. I want you to know. Won't you be my friend? Bye.